Yo, what's up, guys? It's Levi's Art Corner here, back at it again with another video. Before we start, I want to talk about why I haven't been uploading. It's mainly because I've been uploading art on my socials, which, if you want to see more of my art, you can check out my Instagram at Levi's underscore art underscore corner, my TikTok, which is Levi's underscore art corner, and X, which is the same as my TikTok, Levi's underscore art corner. So in today's video, I am going to redesign Daredevil from Marvel. This is another entry in the Redesigning Marvel Characters series. So yeah, with that out of the way, let's get into the origin story. Now, if you're a big Marvel fan, then you know Daredevil's origin story. If you're not, then I'll briefly explain the original Daredevil origin story. One day, Matt Murdock gets not gets into an accident, saves an old man from getting into an accident, but the result of that is chemicals splashing on his face, thus burning his eyes and making him blind. But him becoming blind, plus the chemicals, actually made all his other senses superhuman, as long along with having a new sense, which is called radar sense, which is how he kind of perceives the world. So now that you have a brief description of the original origin story, in my universe, besides the truck carrying chemicals, it's also carrying items that Kingpin was trying to use to summon a cosmic entity. So, resulting in the same blindness from being hit by that. But on top of the items used for the summoning of the cosmic entity, the radar sense changes his vision into seeing the world and seeing people as cosmic energy. So to him, it's like he's seeing a constant night sky, and everybody looks like ripply stars. So that and probably, or no, definitely stronger senses than base Daredevil. So now part two, and again we're gonna jump to normal Daredevil. He goes to college. He gets the name Daredevil from the fact that people made fun of him for staying inside and not doing anything. But at college, he meets his friend Foggy, and together they start a lawyer. Like they start a lawyer duo business. But in mine, instead of becoming lawyers, they become, I don't want to say like a hitman and his assistant, but more like a hero for hire. So yeah. And as time goes on for Matt Murdock, he meets other heroes. And they all eventually joining his group, which, like I said, the title Heroes for Hire, which that's a group in Marvel that already exists, but I'm incorporating the Heroes for Hire mixed with the Defenders, which if you watch Netflix, then you'll know that show. All right. Now, origin story out of the way, we're going to get into the design notes. So, from the accident, besides making him blind, two things. One, I decided to make, instead of wearing a mask, the horns are bound to his skin. And I made them kind of like wood. Like they look like wooden horns. And a second thing, if you notice the eyes, I actually researched Eldritch Horror type eyes. And I got the one where it's like two pupils and irises mixed together. Or like looking like they're melding. So I decided to go with that look. And to cover those eyes, instead of a whole mask, I decided to go with a Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen. Decided to go with that kind of bandage look from, I think it's called Movie Zero. So yeah, decided to go with that. And his sword that he's holding, which I gave him a sword instead of billy clubs, That's from the sword. Is from Kingpin's artifact collection through his practicing of trying to gain power through cosmic entities. He took that sword, or Kingpin got that sword, but then Matt Murdock took it and he uses that instead of the Billy Clubs. And another thing about that sword is the blade is made from crystals that can break apart, be launched, and then retract back into the sword. And so for the logo, I still kept it the same double D, but the difference this time is I made it a necklace instead of it having it be sewn on his jacket. Which his jacket, I know I did leather. Like you could tell, I pulled photos of leather and just put it on there. But the clone tool doesn't work on Krita, so this is the best I could do. Anyway, so yeah. Also, I made his outfit based, or his outfit is based on Dante from Devil May Cry, and that's also Matt Murdock's personality. Like he he doesn't have that shy, timid personality that leads into like the crash out personality. It's more like he's always like funny and sarcastic. That's the vibe I'm hoping to get. That I hope you can see from the smirk expression. So it's almost like a mix between Dante and being like his fun personality, but then the way he sees the world, I figured I'd give him. He also kind of has a Gojo, like I said, with the bandage on his face. He has more of a Gojo type vibe. So yeah, all those elements mixed together, I think it came out really nice. So, and Daredevil's main color scheme is red, but I decided to make the jacket and the bandage is red, but I decided to add like on the Daredevil logo and on the Billy Club and the little thing on his horn, which he lost that. He chipped his horn in a fight and he got a gold lock to go on his horn so it stays there. But yeah, decided to go with red and gold, which gold you could reference the yellow of Daredevil's original costume. So yeah, that's all the design notes and that's his origin story. So thank you all for watching this video, and I'll try not to have a big gap in time of my next video, whether it's another Marvel redesign or anything else. So again, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. All right, bye.